Coach, you've talked a lot about putting 4 quarters together, 4 complete quarters. What was the key to finally doing that tonight?
We just came out and played with a sense of urgency, first and foremost, and then defensively trying to take away their transition opportunities. I thought we did a better job in the second half. Offensively, we just continued to attack. Across the board, every guy on our team that touched the floor, those guys came in and played with force, played with confidence. And that's what it's going to take for us to get over the hump.
Brandon Ingram picked up where he left off in that Dallas game after he got out of foul trouble. His performance tonight, did he look comfortable, confident, decisive to you?
He did. He looked like the Brandon that we're all accustomed to seeing. He was calling certain plays that he wanted for himself, finding his teammates, attacking the basket. Good to have Brandon back and playing at a high level.
How important was the 3-ball on Trey Murphy, especially in that second half?
Huge. 1-3 he shot right next to me. I was actually telling him to get the ball to CJ, and he said no, and he shot it. So thankfully it went in. But no, Trey was huge for us, and really happy to see him see a few go down. He was just aggressive, all the guys that played tonight.
The offense during that losing streak, really struggled at times. So what allowed you guys to have the second half that you did on the offensive end in this game?
We're just continuing to trust each other, trust our work. More importantly, just continue to trust in God, knowing that, look, these difficult times are hard. We hate them, but we understand that they're building our character. They're building trust with one another, and it's good to get this win and get over the hump, but that's all it is. Just continue to trust in what we do. We know we have the capability of having an elite offense and defense. It's good to see us put it all together tonight.
Yeah, as you just said, these times are hard when you have streaks like this. How do you as a leader of the team just do things to try to prevent it from, falling apart?
Like I said before, really doing a lot of prayer and having faith and the things that I believe, number one, God and my family. And then, coming in and being the same pretty much every day. We all have fire and we all have force, but for the most part, just maintain them and improve, but also show them the things that they're doing well. And we want to continue to do those things well. So just sticking with it. And we make adjustments and we'll make some tweaks, which we do, but we want to maintain our foundation. I think we have a good one here.
Box score may not show it, but Herb's impact tonight, just what did you think of the job that he did, making little plays all around?
I'm super proud of Herb. All of us are. Just the plays that he made on the floor on both ends. He made it tough on LeBron and whomever he guarded. But then offensively, I had a chat with him. He shouldn't let his shooting define who he is. He's too good of a basketball player. And tonight I thought he just played an overall just smart game. The connection at the end of the game to CJ, the screen, those are the things that we're talking about to get him more in the rhythm. And it was good to see him carry it over from practice to the game. So big-time effort on Herb's part.
And any update on JV?
He'll get an MRI in the morning, and we'll give you guys an update once we hear back.
Yeah, and obviously you guys have been waiting a long time for, at one point, BI to get back and then BI to just be full 100% BI. But how important was it to in a win like this where you're in the streak where you get a big game from Jose, a big game from Herb, big game from Trey, where it feels like a more complete game rather than, relying on BI to kind of save the day for you guys?
It's rewarding to get all those guys playing well at the same time. We could feel it coming, feel it getting better. Even in Milwaukee game, I said it, we lost the game, but our young guys were all moving the ball, playing hard, playing with the right spirit. Denver, I thought the same thing. The second half of Dallas, I felt like we were getting there. And then tonight, we were able to get a good home win in front of our amazing fans. So we just have to continue doing the things that we do. We know it'll be some ups and downs, but big picture, we really believe in this team.
Yeah, and LA went into halftime with 72 points, I believe. You held them to 20 in the fourth quarter. What was the key to kind of locking down in that final period and coming away with the win?
Keep them out of transition. Don't allow those guys to get offensive rebound and opportunity. Force them to take tough shots. Simple.
Coach, at the end of the third period, Jose Alvarado really made a big difference for y'all coming in, knocking it down to closing it to 3 points. Talk to me about what that meant to make the difference, at least in the fourth period, and making it easier for y'all to come across?
Really, it was just big-time plays on Jose's part. I think we hit a shot. I think he ended up getting a steal or a deflection. The ball bounced right back to him, hits another three going into the fourth quarter. That's a huge momentum swing for us. And then you guys see the fourth quarter, we held them to 20. We scored 28 points, which is good for us. And then defensively, I thought we took those guys out of transition, which is a huge part of the game.
Willie, I know it's a long season, but people are going to remember this game because of a lot. It's the Lakers, a bit injured, losing streak. What was the temperature in the locker room at the game? Was it elation? Was it relief on the guys' faces? How did it all go down in the locker room?
I think it was a combination of everything. Look, it's tough for a young team to continue to believe when the results aren't there. Now, the good thing about this group is we all did it last year, the same exact group pretty much. So they understand that we'll go through moments like this, hopefully not this many games. We got to stick with it, continue to maintain a high character, which our guys do, get after it in practice. But in the locker room, guys were excited. We were happy. You could take a deep breath for a day, and then we got to turn around tomorrow and do it again. Okay, thank you guys.
This win, I know it has to be a relief to finally snap that losing streak.
Yeah, it was. Man, it was well overdue for one. But I'm just so proud of everyone sticking with it and continuing to work hard through the adversity.
Willie's talked so much about putting 4 quarters together. You've had games where you've looked great for 3 quarters, but there was always one trouble spot. What was the key tonight to that consistent play?
Not worrying about mistakes, just going out playing free, playing with a ton of confidence and sticking to the game plan throughout the entire game.
Speaking of playing free, B.I. looked really comfortable out there. Where is he at from what you can see in the locker room behind the scenes, and how much does he mean to the squad?
He puts in a ton of work. It was only a matter of time. I think that's why a lot of people, on the staff and the players, we weren't really worried about, his progression. We knew, this would come, and I know he's gonna stay consistent with his work. So I don't think that'll be the end of his progression. I think he still has a lot more to show.
When you guys go through a streak like the one you were just on, there can just be a lot of noise. I mean, how do you, as a player, just block that out and stay focused and not let that get to you?
Just keep going to the gym. People are going to talk regardless. If you win or lose, they're going to nitpick. But it's on you to not pay attention to it and continue to work and trust in the guys that you show up every day and go to war with. And I feel like that's what we're doing, and we're going to continue to keep doing.
Yeah, and the Lakers, I think, had 72 in the first half. You all really tightened things up defensively in the second half. What allowed you guys to do that?
Like I said, just not worrying about, the mistakes. We went in and corrected some stuff, but not dwelling on the past. And I feel like that, if we dwell in the past, it kind of messes with our energy. And Coach talks a lot about, keeping our spirits high and having a lot of joy while we're playing. And I think, we did that tonight.
Willie, we're talking to Coach about the little things that you do on the floor, and he mentioned he told you don't let your shooting define you as a player. How do you go about a game when you know, all right, that might be there, but I can do this, I can set this screen to try to go ahead and win a game?
There's so many other components to a basketball game other than shooting. So if I can try to affect it in as many different areas, plus shooting, I feel like that's more of my game than just worrying about makes and misses. And it frees up everyone on the court when, if I'm super worried about my shots, I think I kind of mess up spacing sometimes, or take shots that I don't want to take. But playing within the offense, connecting, setting screens for guys that are known scorers, I feel like that frees up everyone else.
And they had that play in the fourth quarter where you caught it on the perimeter and went straight into the DHO for CJ for the three. How much have you been thinking about just doing more stuff like that, cutting off the ball, setting screens off the ball when teams are leaving you open?
I'm not gonna lie to you. That play specifically, like I had already seen CJ running towards that side, so I had already knew like I was gonna go into the handoff. But I think if it was any other situation, I probably would have shot it just because I spent so much time, working on my jumper. But I knew, like I said earlier, getting into the guys that are known scorers, especially late game, knowing the situation. When I seen them, running towards that, I already knew that I was gonna go into the handoff. I was just scared that they might have called a move and screen.
And you talked through your first 2 years about enjoying the challenge of guarding some of the best guys in this league. Larry just told us about how you were able to make it tough for LeBron the whole night. Just what was that challenge like for you going against, one of the best guys in this league?
It's the same approach for me, no matter who I have to guard each night, and it's just to make it super tough every possession. Like I don't want to take plays off because that gives whoever I'm guarding a chance to rest. And I just want to make the guys super uncomfortable, and I feel like I did a pretty good job of that tonight.
Going back to the DHO play, handoff. How has that part of your game developed? Where you're trying to look ahead of play. Okay, I normally take this, but now I see CJ coming. Like, how has that part of your game developed over the last 2 years?
It's still developing. It's something new. The coaches, PD coaches, they're showing me film on it. We're doing a lot of that kind of stuff during practice. And it's still a learning experience for me, so I think I still have some room to grow in that area.
One of the questions I wanted to ask you about was defensively towards later on in the game. How do you match up with LeBron and AD, especially when they were trying to do the pick and roll, which you got called for the foul, but it was more like an AD just sliding over, which he'd been doing the whole game. But how do you match up with guys, obviously, that are bigger than you and they're trying to mismatch you, and where you guys made the effort in the fourth period?
That was it. The effort, the consistency, and like the team defense, the team game plan. We all, as a unit, guarded those guys. To be honest, it wasn't just me and whoever the big was that was in the pick and roll. It was, a unit's effort, and I feel like we did a pretty good job executing the game plan.
Herb, after the game, what was the energy like in the locker room? Was it excitement? Was it relief? This has been a long time coming, this win for y'all.
I think it was a little bit of both. And we know we still have a lot more room for improvement. But we definitely enjoyed getting the win and being back on the winning side of things.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Trey, when you look back at this one, what was the key to closing it out? They certainly didn't make it easy all game, and in the fourth quarter at the end, it looked like you were just in total control of clutch time.
Really, I would just say third quarter. That's been our biggest thing. These, games that we've been struggling in is starting out in the third quarter. We had a big third quarter. We got a lot of stops and turned that into offense, and it carried us into the fourth quarter. And I think that's just how we finished it out, by playing defense to turn that to offense.
It seemed like a switch flip for you a bit in that second half when it came to knocking down threes. Was that a mindset? Did someone say something to you inside the locker room? Was it a conscious effort or just the way the game came?
Just the way the game came. I try to just let the game come to me. Obviously, I try to be more aggressive because I know I got to shoot a lot of threes for our team. And really, it's just having a mindset of just shooting when you're open and, take a few where you might not be as open, but you can see the rim. So that's all I really attribute it to.
I know B.I.'s been an important mentor to you. What's it like to be back out on the court with him feeling so good and confident?
Man, it's nice, man. He makes the game a lot easier for me. I'll say that. And, I just really enjoy having him out there. He's one of the top players in the league. And, I've been looking up to him since ninth grade, if I'm being completely honest with you. I remember going into South Point, which is one of the malls in North Carolina. Everybody walked up to me thinking I'm Brandon Ingram. I was like, I'm 5'8", so I don't know if I look like Brandon Ingram, but I really look up to that dude. But don't tell him that, please.
How did the
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, please don't put it on YouTube.
How did the twin nickname or whatever come about?
I mean, there's some similarities. I mean, I wouldn't say in the face, more like just body type. We're very similar. I think I look a little better than he does, but that's about it, though.
Yeah, I mean, how much does that help you guys as a team when he's playing like Brandon Ingram?
You know, he leads us, and when he's playing like himself, we're going to be a really, really strong team. And really glad to have him back.
Yeah, and Coach mentioned a play, I think it was in the fourth quarter, where he said he was trying to tell you to give it to CJ to run a play, and you were just like, nah, I'm about to pull this. And
Yeah, I didn't hear him say anything. I just remember hitting the three before that, and I was like, he seems a little far back, so I'm going to just shoot it. So that was it. Glad it went in.
And you're one of the main guys on the team who always beats the drum for Herb and what he does on defense. Just how important were just all the little things he was doing on the court tonight that doesn't show up on the box score?
Man, it's super important. I mean, he's there, he's active, he's everywhere. There's a lot of time where he's putting out fires that we might have caused, and we're very thankful for that. And, he's a very important piece to our team and very, very excited for his future. And, he's going to be a really good player. And no matter what, struggles he may have offensively, he's going to make up for it. He's going to do the little things, and he's going to be like one of the reasons why our team wins.
How good did this one feel considering you guys kind of felt like it was almost there the last few games? It was just like, 4 minutes here, 8 minutes here, whatever it was, to be able to break through tonight after everything.
It was nice. Like I told a few people, I was like, I haven't heard Wipe Me Down in probably like a month. I was like, oof, it's been a minute since I heard that song. And, I was like, it's really good to hear that song again. Let me just say that.
What did you think of the impact that Jose made coming in tonight?
Like he does. He's a spark plug. He comes in, just injects energy into the game, injects energy into our team. And, he was big, attacking the rim. And, he had a big three in the corner as well. And he was just himself. And that's all I can really boil it down to.
On the one play where he was talking about Willy wanted you to run a play, but you didn't hear him, were you surprised that they left you? It seemed like they left the ball on that play.
I mean, CJ's a primetime player as well. So, I faked like I was going to go to CJ. The guy ran to him, and the other guy was just back. And when I see daylight, I shoot the ball. So that was about it.
Thanks, Trey.
Thank you.
21-4.